Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Istiaq. Today in this lecture we will talk about characteristics of communication from information technology for class ninth. So what are the characteristics of communication which is more important? So first let me tell you about encoding and decoding. The cognitive process that allows participant to send, receive and understand messages is the encoding and decoding process. Here is the definition. Means encoding is the system of converting thoughts into communication. As we will learn later, the level of conscious thoughts that goes into encoding message varies. Decoding is the process of converting communication into thoughts. For example, the child realizes she is hungry and encodes the following message to send to her father: I am hungry. I want to eat a sandwich. As the father receives the message, he decodes the child's communication and turns it back into thoughts in order to make some meaningful idea. We don't just communicate verbally, we have various options or channels for communication. Encoded messages are sent through a channel or sensory route on which the message travel to receiver for decoding. While communication can be sent and received using any sensory route, sign, smell, touch, taste or sound, most communication occurs through visual sight or audio channels. In the example above, if the father has headphones on or is gross in some work, the child may need to get his attention by waving her hands before him and can ask him about the sandwich he demanded. Now let us understand the characteristics of communication, which are as follows. Second part is multiple parties in communication process. Means for a communicative exchange to occur, a minimum of two persons is necessary, as exchange of information and ICR cannot happen with oneself. As I told you in my previous lecture, communication can be happen only between two or more than two persons. So both talker and listener have to be present, namely known as the sender and the receiver. Now third characteristics is the third part is idea exchange. Any communicative process may only be completed through an exchange of ideas, feeling or commands among two or more persons. Means any communication can be happened among two or more person. If we can share our feelings, we can share our ideas, views, whatever we want, we can share between more than two person. That will be, we can exchange the ideas between the persons. Next characteristics is mutual understanding. Means while interaction is in progress between two individuals or within a group of individuals, it is more important to understand the information in the same spirit in which it is shared. So this is mutual understanding is more important than executing the decision. Means mutual understanding is more important while communicating, while sharing our ideas to others, so that they can easily understand their feelings, what they have. Next characteristics is direct and indirect. Communication can be both direct and indirect, that is face to face or through external media. Means we can communicate face to face, or we can use external media to communicate, to share our ideas to others. That can be done. So this is your direct and indirect communication. Now I hope everything is understood and you can do it.